Hey everyone, welcome back to the Work and Dirt channel. On this episode of the Hemi LJ rebuild project, we are going to take the time while we have things apart and our tub is open to spray in a new bed liner. And I know you guys have seen a bunch of bed lining kits out there, and I don't just use one, I use two different products, Raptor Liner and Lizard Skin. And then we will be reinstalling our roll cage kit that we add a spider cage kit to. So to see how these products perform and stick to our ground, stick around. We've hit another milestone, which is finishing our suspension system and putting it over there, so now we can turn our attention to our Jeep tub and getting it ready for a protective coating on the inside, because we know we're going to definitely be in the snow, mud, and harsh weather, and so we want to protect it and make it look good at the same time. So we did a bunch of research on YouTube and Home Depot and everything you could think of on what materials to use, and we came upon Raptor Liner for our top coat, and underneath that we decided to use Lizard Skin. And we didn't really need to use Lizard Skin, but we're going through all this work. I wanted a little more protection and comfort, and the reason why is because this is a thermal barrier. It'll block that engine heat and transmission heat on those super hot summer days. So we went with that, and now we have moved on to do paint prep. Now this is one of those odd areas that some guys just don't feel comfortable with. It's just like when I do jobs in construction, and there's certain things that guys don't want to do or don't even want to touch, like whether it's electrical or even sheetrock. They just can't get that feathering down, and it's just unknown land to them. But I'm here to tell you, we are willing to take it on, and there's some tools I like to use when doing this to prep for paint, which are polycarbide wheels, which work really good. They kind of have a slight sponge factor to them, so they can get into the crevices. They're not cheap, they're about $8 a wheel, but they can really take down rust and thick paint and anything. So between using that, wire wheels, sandpaper, and you could use chemical strippers. They get messy, so I don't like to use those. But we use those other mechanical devices and went around to every little spot that had a little rust or areas that we thought needed some attention. And then once we got the paint stripped off, we used some automotive basic rattle can primer and sprayed those areas. And once we have it all sprayed, then the camera woman, with all her skill, masked it off very beautiful. And now I am ready to shoot it. All right, it's never too late to get work done here at the Work and Dirt shop, because it's 9 o'clock right now. We had to put sidewalls on the trailer. That should finish tomorrow morning. We got the wood over there. But I'm gonna be leaving for this weekend and next week, so I won't have time to get to it. So if I spray now, we can come back and start assembling things to it. And it's kind of nice, you know, even though it's kind of a long day, it reminds me of, you know, being a young whippersnapper when I'd work on cars and projects till the wee hours of the morning, and I know you guys are familiar with that too. So it's real good just to press yourself, you know, don't get too comfortable, because aging does that already. It just zaps your energy a little bit, and you still have it. You still have more left over in the tank. So every once in a while, go the extra mile and get your stuff done. So while I fumble to get this glove on, the plan is to mix 8 ounces of the Raptor hardener into the U-POL Raptor Liner, and it says shake for 2 minutes vigorously, and then you have an hour pot life, so that's pretty forgiving. And one guy said go ahead and mix the bottles beforehand, but I don't know how much exactly it's going to use. I think it's going to use 1.5. So I think I'm gonna go for it, just mix 2, because I'm gonna do 2 coats, and hopefully it does enough. We're gonna do this and a little on the firewall, the inside of the tub and the back door. First coat, again, was the ceramic coating by Lizard Skin for the thermal protection. And now this is gonna give us a tough bed liner coating. It'll be easier to clean, and it's just more durable than just the ceramic coating. That's got a matte finish. It'll probably stain or won't be easy to clean or wash out when you get muddy. So let's do the 8 ounces here. This is a pretty cool setup that they have the bottles to fit the gun. Of course, I got their gun. I think you can use their own or your own gun, but you want to make sure you have the right orifice. They have obviously done the flow rate and all that stuff and figured that gun's designed perfectly. Let's check our time. We're committed now, so we're gonna do a coat right now at about 1 hour, because they say you can add a coat after the flash period, which is, they say, with the right conditions, 60 degrees or less humidity at a temperature, I think, of like 68 degrees, will give you an hour that it'll take before you can put your next coat on. But we have better conditions, I think, and it'll dry a little faster, so I'm gonna put it on in like 50 minutes. So test shot, let's see. All right, now
It's unwrap time.
Go unwrap your present.
Christmas morning, or my birthday.
Yeah. Oh jeez. You got that on camera? Oh yeah, look at that. Look at perfect spot. First day on the job. And she just got it did yesterday. All right guys, we're back at it in the shop with new merch, as you can see. I just got back from Cabo, Mexico, a surprise trip that was given to us for me. And there you can see, for a very good price, they made this nice custom beer holder in one night. So, while that's gonna help us get this dash put back on, we are deciding to go with the old antenna that came with this tub, which is kind of rusty on the outside. Because we gave away our old antenna on the old tub, which is not that big of a deal.
On accident.
On accident, so we can always buy a new antenna. My worry was if we go to put this dash on, we won't have good access, but I think we still can because it unscrews from the outside and then you gotta pull the wire through. So we're gonna install this, go with it, but it's actually something I really care about. I know most guys these days probably just hook up their iPod, which we'll probably do too, and have the remote speaker system and don't even need FM transmission. But it's always nice, you find that time where your batteries ran out on something, or you just want to hear some FM stations that you grew up with, or whatever it is, or AM for that matter. And so I just want some regular AM FM. So we will try to have that, and we're gonna get back at it tonight because we only have a couple hours, and then I have to go do some work in the Bay Area tomorrow. Looking good.
Got balance.
Oh, got balance. All right, folks, that's all we have for you on this episode. But to close out, I'll say I was overall pleased, more than pleased with both products. They sprayed very well. I thought there was going to be a lot more inconsistency with the spray gun and the viscosity of the fluid. But the only thing inconsistent was my actual form and method I was spraying. There's so many contours, it's very hard to get a perfect spray. I do like how it came out, I do like how it looks, and the only thing I would do different next time is spray a little slower and heavier with the Raptor Liner, because they say if you go slower and thicker, then you get a softer product, and if you go thinner and faster, then you get a harder product as a result of adding multiple layers. And so I'm not complaining, I definitely like it, but I think I'd go a little softer. What we have coming up next is gonna get juicy, because we are going to be putting this tub on its frame so it can accept its new transplant of a Hemi. 8 cylinders of blood pumping, beer drinking muscle mania! Get ready for it. With that, I'll say thanks for watching, guys. Your viewership helps our channel support veterans, trails, and charities each quarter. So keep that up. Drop a like, add a subscribe, share, do all that stuff. Helps the channel out. I really appreciate it. And until next time, get back to work.
Now we're recording. I turned off the recording. Yeah, now we're recording.
Yeah, that red is not periodically blinking.